morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whatever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop.
They say great art is difficult to understand, but easy to enjoy. Hey, Beavis. It's hard, but it's not like hard.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you all doing? Welcome on Saturday night. Again, I'm really enjoying this time, by the way. I'm really enjoying it. Some might say it's one of the best times. I don't know. I didn't say it, but someone did. But yes, of course, we are dual streaming on Rumble as well. I will put the Rumble link in the chat. So let me do that for you guys. And right off the bat, we got a Rumble rant because of course we did. From Depot 101 for a $5 says week 3 Superman review. It was good popcorn flick, but not necessarily better or worse than Superman 78 or Man of Steel, just different. It definitely goes on my would recommend, would buy the DVD list. Okay. Interesting take there. Well, thank you for the $5 sir on Rumble. Appreciate you, Depot. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's acknowledge these people in our chat. We got 10 of you. What's up? Vince Womack, Joe Dog. How's it going, Joe Dog? Hey, there's Depot as well. Stephen M. Kel L. Hello, K. Regan Wolf. You must be with Jed. D-Bud. And there's Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. You're late. I'm here. Subhuman 84. It's been a crappy week. Yeah, it's been, dude, it has been a downer every week. I don't have many bad weeks in my life, but this week is kind of like, this one's sucking the pus out of shit, man. This shit is sucking up what, like, a MRSA infection sucks up. It is insane. And then Lester, Skeptic King, just became a member again. I didn't realize you left. But how's it going, bud? And he's back as a member. I had no idea. Seriously, I had no idea you left. But hey, welcome back to the party, Bush. By the way, that's a good time to bring out an announcement. We will do a member stream. Think about Tuesday night, pretty much right after midnight, Edge after dark. So all members can come. All members can come. So Lester's Skeptic Tank Obsessions. How you doing, Lester? I hope you're well on this Saturday night. Yes, thank you for becoming a Dolph Lundgren member again. So you're not just a member, but you're the biggest member. And when we have big members on our show, we always acknowledge them very specifically.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
And you, sir, are the biggest member, along with 8 other men who are big members. What's up, Void King? It says, rest in peace, Ozzy and Hulk. Dude, yeah, Malcolm as well from Cosby. Everyone's just like, dying. I'm just like, why? I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. But I'm glad you could all be here. So let's try to have some fun tonight and enjoy ourselves and not think about all the crazy in the world for a few minutes. I'm sure there'll be moments where, let's just say, the conversation might make it a little necessary. But we're going to try to at least be somewhat escapism oriented because, well, why the hell not? So, okay, we got Jed backstage. Ironcast will be here soon, but how's it going, Sir Jed of the Raven Wolves?
I'm doing good, brother. Just watched Fantastic Four last night, so I don't know if you saw my kind of thread of what I said or not.
Oh, I did it. I've been busy, and my interest on it. I'll watch it sometime between now and my death. But
I agree. The only reason why I watched it was because I know probably on Wednesday we're gonna have to talk about it on Joe's. So, so that's the only reason why I would have watched it, to be honest. So
okay.
Yeah, but besides that, I've been doing good.
Okay.
How you been doing, man?
I've been doing okay. Thank you.
But like you said, the one thing that, besides the one thing, not trying to, is the one thing we all, been mourning over, but I don't want to bring the stream down or anything. But yeah, it's been a hard week for everybody. So especially Gen X, man, especially Gen X. So
yeah, it seems that way. Lester here says, Nick, just on the heels of a work project coming to close and a return to a portion of work I had done before, been years. Oh, shit, dude. That's wild, man. Well, hey, I hope you see it through to the end, and I'm just glad you're out there and you're working about. That's important. That's very important.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a good comment here about Fantastic Four. I was actually thinking about like I want to maybe in the next few weeks maybe talk some classic FF issues. I was thinking once Caster gets here, we can talk about a few classic issues because I definitely would like to read some old Fantastic Four again and go over that. I'm actually gonna, for the first time in my life ever, start the John Byrne run, all 64 issues.
Oh,
I've
dude.
actually never read it. Like I've been such a like purist to the Lee and Kirby run. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna finally give this John Byrne run a go. So I'm going
I
in.
have
I'm
the
going in
whole
deep.
John Byrne run, Nick. So yeah,
Okay.
I have I have bits of the 50s and 60s from my dad and other family that passed it on to me, and then I have I have the whole run of the 70s, whole run to the 80s, um, almost a whole complete run in the Fantastic Four in the 90s. So I'm that's this. I'm Superman Fantastic Four in my two. That's how I learned how to read when I was younger. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I would have Superman and Fantastic Four. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
just I'm missing stuff from when it first started out, and it's the harder to find issues, So I do have the Galactus issues with Silver Surfer and Galactus for the first time, so I have those. That's kind of where my run starts, and then I
Uh-huh.
have a few of the older issues because of my dad and my grandfather. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I love John Byrne's run. So
I can't wait to read it. I'm
yeah,
stoked because it's something that I've never attended to. And now I'm just like, you know what? It's about time I start seeing other comics. I made that sound like a couples thing, but it's true.
yeah,
It's about time I start seeing other runs. And it's time. I'm 37. I'm gonna be 38 in a few months. It's time I start, looking towards the other direction. Like, you know what was here that I may have accidentally neglected or just, think, oh, maybe one day or some year, some way,
yeah.
some then. Now here I am doing it. Oh, my guy, Steve. What's up? Steve, I saw you texting me. I haven't looked at it yet, but I will get to it. I apologize for not responding sooner, buddy, but I'm just letting you know I did get it. All right. And yes, as Vince says, just drive safely. But I'm just glad you're here and you're listening. So that to me is cool as shit. But D-Bud or anyone, if you guys got like a key issue you want to like bring to the table that we should talk about in the coming time, please let me know because I do want to talk some F4 and I am just really like I got a craving for it really badly right now.
I agree with Steve just said right there. John Byrne, although an encephalologist, he did write some good stories in the Fantastic Four. I love it. Like, you can tell some of the ego came out during those issues, but it's not bad enough where like, hey, that's terrible. No, he did do it. You kind of like when he did Superman. I appreciated when he did Superman and stuff
Mhm,
because I think
mhm,
he was a good match for Superman too,
mhm,
but he was
mhm,
also a good match for the Fantastic Four. Even
mhm,
though it was just, some of them were like, it was a little bit hard to get through, but it was a good story. So,
mhm.
I'm so piped and like the first. Actually, we should start on that first one because that's a good start baseline of how and it's the one where I think they're all bounded up on like the things. I think that's his first issue.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, he said the issue where Sue miscarried their second child. Oh, that was a good story, Steve.
What issue
Very good.
was that, Steve? Let me know what issue. You mentioned that issue. I will read it. I'll even break out my order sync just to read that issue because, like I said, I'm thinking about maybe doing like 3 issues where it's Lee Kirby, John Byrne. I just want a few key issues you guys throw out there. But if you get the number for that one, I will straight up make that one happen just for you. Because yeah, that does sound like a tough story. And you know what? That's the thing about those comments. I'll find a few. Hey, I look forward, man. Don't rush yourself. But yes, I would love to know what that issue that is because that is something I would
Hey,
absolutely
Steve,
love to
if
cover.
you can't get it to him, I will send it to him. Okay. So, because I
I
have a
just need the
huge,
numbering. I
yeah,
just need the number.
yeah.
You
I
guys
gotta
give
go
me the
find it
numbering.
because yeah, I'll find it for you, Nick, if he can't get it to you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
oh, dude, D-Bud, yeah. FF22. Very good comic right there. I love it.
Those kind of when Sue gets her force field powers adapted. Yes,
Mhm.
I remember that episode. All the Doctor Doom stories and the Burn Runner. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good to hear that there's a good Doom run in there. That intrigues me even more.
Oh, Doom
to
was
hear that.
awesome during his run, dude. It was awesome.
Okay.
And I think that's where his dad popped up for the first time too. Reed's dad popped up for the first time too. If I remember right. Like, guys, please correct me out there if I'm wrong, but I think that's where his dad popped up, and they went through like time and all this other stuff. It was just Burns' run was awesome. And people are like, some of them. I'm like, no, dude, come on, storytelling. He's like, okay, now you got me there. We don't get that nowadays. We don't get good storytelling like you had back in those days.
So I don't know where Ironcaster is. I haven't heard from him, but I want to go over this now because this is kind of essential. And obviously, anyone who watches this show is very well informed of me being quite the fan, a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I love my turtles. That's
Donatello's
what a
my
shock.
favorite. Yeah.
And however, but there's one thing I love almost as much as the TMNT. It's one of the few franchises where I love a lot of their clone ripoffs, whether it's Biker Mice from Mars, Street Sharks, and the SWAT Cats. I think that's probably my favorite TMNT ripoff is the SWAT Cats. And I want to go over this because this is going to be coming out as a comic. Now, they did attempt to revive it as an animated series on Kickstarter, and it failed. So now they're trying again, but as a comic. And I'm actually really hopeful that this could work because, one, comic will be way cheaper, A. B, they got the creators involved. That is a big thing for me. I love the SWAT Cats. I don't know if anyone in the chat does know. If you don't know, check yourself and get on it because once again, the SWAT Cats were awesome. Their names are T-Bone and Razor, total 90s names. And dude, they were so much fun. They had, of course, enemies like Dark Cat who were very on the nose with their names. And I want to go over this because this is a itch that I can't stop scratching at.
Well, it was when you put that in the chat, I was so happy to see that. Oh, Iron will be here in a few minutes. He's helping family.
Okay.
He just told me. Okay.
Well, then we will happily talk about this with him when he's back. But for now, I'm
dude, I'm excited about this. I'm excited.
The cult 90s cartoon SWAT Cats is finally back, this time in comic book form. For the first time in over 30 years, fans will get new adventures in Mega Cat City, created by the same team that launched the original series. That's huge. That is huge. The first story arc. Oh, first arc. Keywords. First story arc titled Mega Cat City Has Fallen kicked off a planned expansion of the SWAT Cat franchise into comics and beyond. Previously, the creators had successfully launched a Kickstarter to fund the creation of a teaser for the SWAT Cats Revolution TV series, but this new series is a chance to see the new stories and the IP expand. There my boys are T-Bone and Razor. Love these guys. Oh man, so good. Oh dude, no, She-Hulk jump that for me. That's my as far as what I've read from John Byrne, the She-Hulk.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, I love that part.
Comics.
Yeah, when I saw that the first time, I kind of I thought, the manly juices are like they're pumping in me. And I was younger too, so.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. So. The original SWAT Cats animated series, which I adored in 1993 on Cartoon Network and was produced by Hanna-Barbera, quickly became a global favorite. I don't know about that, but it was definitely a favorite of mine. Airing in more than 76 countries and gaining a loyal cult following. That's true. Despite its popularity and awesome Turbo Cat jet I used to build out of Lego, The show was never continued or revived until now. Fans have waited 3 decades for a return, and the new comic is designed to reward their patience with high energy storytelling and modern visuals. Kevin Rodadelli said SWAT Cat comics had to happen. Badass cats, jets, cars, crazy weapons, explosions, and over-the-top villains. This should have been a fan favorite comic for years. Now is the time, and with a killer creative team, I'm grateful to the Tremblay Bros for trusting me and bringing the SWAT Cats for the first time in comic careers. We will do it right and for the fans. Damn, I like how they made that about we will do it right. The comic will be co-read by Frank J. Barbier. Don't know him, but okay. Known for work on Avengers, Lobo, and Five Ghosts. Must be with modern Marvel stuff. And Kevin Rodadelli, writer of Bad Omens, Concrete Jungle, and Washed in the Blood. Barbary says, I'm honored and excited to contribute to the world of the SWAT Cats. Barbary says, as a fan who grew up and was inspired by the action and excitement of the original series, I'm working hard with the team to deliver an energetic modern take that will thrill longtime fans and new audience ready for the Radical Squadron. He said the Radical Squadron.
Yeah, I know.
Art will come from Jorge Corona. I like hearing that because he's about to be wrapping up his time with Transformers. And we got Ironcaster here as well as we're talking about this. So this is perfect timing to hear. How's it going, Caster?
Hey, this is a book I am so looking forward to. I myself have been a longtime SWAT Cats fan, and not only that, I was actually someone who went and backed the SWAT Cats Kickstarter for about a decade ago.
I'm gonna big in you.
Here we go. Boom. They
Look at that.
merchandise for it. I've got a pin somewhere around the house here. Like this is a book that I didn't realize I needed until they announced a Kickstarter. And I mean, given the current landscape of things, we've been in a good place with a bunch of great kind of throwback comics. Space Ghost was a fantastic book. That's another one of those throwback titles that I didn't know I needed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed it either, and I'm glad that they're finding a way to rebound after the failed Kickstarter from a decade ago. And this, as I mentioned earlier before I got here, it's a lot cheaper. And in a way, they don't have to worry about the budgets too, because they got a guy who does Transformers currently, Jorge Corona. We know he can do action. We know he can do big, crazy, mayhemic, full of violence and chaos type of action. So this is a hand in glove fit. O.J. Simpson, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a shame that this is coming out of the cratering of the failed attempt to bring back the show. As I said, they had tried to bring back the show. They went to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers said no. They went to Netflix. Netflix said no. Apparently, they had gone to an Indian company as well, and they too turned it down. But I mean, the nice thing is, if they can keep the art budget down, they can really do. The sky's the limit for possibilities with this. I mean, I don't know how much of the old show you remember, but there are so many concepts in that show that are just ripe for like the zaniest of comic characters. Like you had the Time Master, you had
I remember the Time Master. I remember
the Nega Cat.
Yeah, dude! You ever play the Super Nintendo game? I played that. I played the shit out of that.
I played that a lot.
It was a pain in the ass of a game, but I did beat it, and it was fun. And those toys were hard to find. I remember there used to be a big franchise called Venture, and Venture was one of the few companies that had them. And it was like, if you found that shit, you were royalty, man. You were straight up British royalty, not Princess Diana, but the SWAT Cats.
We had when I worked at Pop Culture Classics, we had a section where this guy one day came in. He goes, "What will you give me for it? I know I probably won't get a lot for it." And he opened up almost a whole complete set of the SWAT Cats in multiples. And my boss, Eric, at the time, he was like, and he's like, Jay, come back here. And I'm like, did you just see what he had? I want you to go through this meticulously. Do not do what, just be quiet about it, then I need you to go through. And I was like, dude, he has 2 or 3 complete sets of SWAT cats in there. And I'm like, okay. Then I was like, that's your part now. I don't handle the legend. And he's like, okay, dude, we had a whole set, and every now and then we had people come into the store because it was like comics, figures, everything, like anything geeky. We had Magic, we had Pokemon, everything. Every now and again we get a call, and they're like, "You got SWAT cats?" And we're like, "Yeah." And people are like, "You do?" "Yeah." And so my buddy put it at like fair price because they were it was hard to get, but dude, by like a year later, because we were gone by all those sets. One guy just came in and dropped like 200 or more just for a whole set, just automatically. Boom. Okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes. like so yeah.
Looking over on eBay, like figures are going for like $70-$80 loose today, and that's
and these were all they weren't bent. The packaging weren't bent. The bubbles weren't busted. Bubbles weren't yellow. You know what I'm talking about, Nick. They were just pure pristine. Like, and he just dropped so much money in, like, so yeah. I was just like, okay, and and then I had to go clear shelf out and put them like close to the front of the store because they were like mint. So yeah, it was a nice time.
It comes from just a better time. Although little did we realize it was just creating a whole generation of furries.
Yeah.
And my God, by the way, like you can hardly look up this show without coming across all kinds of like gay furry porn of those characters, which by the way is one of the few times I've seen a series where like the guys have more porn of them than the females.
Yes. I accidentally like came upon that one night and I'm like, oh, what the hell, man?
Like the day that the news hit, I was like, "Oh, cool. Let me see if people are talking about it on Twitter." I'm like, SWAT cats. 2, 3 posts down. Here's fucking Razor fucking dick out. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I got to be more careful when I'm looking up SWAT cats now."
Yeah, you got to be careful. Like literally on X, you got to be careful. You'll go down a wrong alley.
I'm like, it's not even Callie. It's not even the chick. Like, you would figure like with the way 90s, with all the way 90s media was, it's like, yeah, like half these characters should be, looted up, like, Rogue from X-Men or, the chick from Gargoyles. Like, that's what you would expect, but no, not with SWAT cats. It's like, it's the dudes.
Yeah, he is right on that.
So what's up, student of God? He asked, is this going to be black and white or color? Just saw the slant page. I'm assuming this. I have a feeling it's going to be in color because I feel like if it were going to be in black and white, I feel like they would mention that because color is kind of like a common thing. Usually comics that want to go in the black and white route, they like make it a point to, make it a talking point. Kind of like when you had the Savage Sword of Conan. They're like, oh yeah, it's coming back in magazine format in black and white. There's nothing mentioned that on here about it. What we're just seeing is obviously just an uncolored version, but this is not Jorge Corona's art, by the way. It's just concept art.
Yeah.
We can embiggen it. It looks cool, but it's not what Jorge Corona is going to be doing. Which, knowing though what he can do on Transformers, I already know he's more than a great fit for this book. Caster and I have been talking Transformers for a while. We might have to do a video on that final issue of theirs, Caster. We might have to. We start at 1, finish at the 24. We might have to do a video on that one because it's gonna be diabolical, man. It's gonna be diabolical. But yes,
dude,
guys,
I can't wait.
This is the sign up page, and I would say everyone, if you got a Kickstarter account or if you don't, I know there's a lot of great criticisms on it. However, they still have a lot of books that are on there. And if someone I like's on there, I'm going to fucking back it. And I'm going to definitely be checking this out. So I don't know why someone should, especially if you like the SWAT cats. So boom. I don't know. You guys, Cassie, you got anything else you want to add to this?
Just that I fully expect it to be in color because, given the comic industry now, especially with this being one of those beloved cartoons of the '90s, I couldn't realistically see this being done as a black and white. Like,
No,
yeah, some concept art like this, it's quick to turn around and do it in black and white like that. But no, like you think of those characters, you think of those bright colors of the cartoon.
yeah. And
Okay.
you know, that reminds me a little bit of Metropolis a little bit too, right there with the black and white and noir and stuff. But I hope it's in color too, because I want to see the full goodness of SWAT kits in new color. So
What's up, Animal Grim? That's some War of the World shit. Yeah, well, that's the thing. SWAT Cats had some pretty ambitious concepts when that show was going. So I'm glad, like with the comic, they can fully realize that cuts. And for all we know, they probably had ideas for a season 3 or a season 4, and now it gets to finally come into fruition with this comic. So I'm absolutely all about that, man. I'm all about it. Who will Miss Briggs choose? Razor or T-Bone? Oh yeah, I remember Miss Briggs. What's her name? Like, God, what was her name? Callie Briggs. Yeah, that's funny. Callie Briggs. I remember. What's up, Keely Chow?
Hey, Keely.
Let me think here.
Whatever I think SWAT Cats, I think
know.
that amazing like guitar solo intro.
Dude, it's
oh, dude, it's such a killer intro, and it needs someone to play some sweet guitar on it, like now. Someone's probably already done it, but I haven't looked into it. But we need that shit ASAP. Come on, guys, let's freaking go! I'm ready for this shit.
Dude, it's gonna be sweet.
Like, let me throw my money at this. I want this book now. I want this book yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Freaking lootly. So okay. Let's get it down. So I put it in the chat and mentioned before you arrived here, Caster. I want the chat to mention some classic F4. Maybe we'll touch on in a few weeks. Maybe like 3 random done in one story issues. Steve Mitchum mentioned the story. We're going to look into the numbering of it, but that'll be one that we cover. I think it's from the Burn run. I think, but either way, just some cool random standout stories. I think 3 is a good number too. Just sounds right. And why not? I have an itch to scratch, and well, my interest is non-existent for first steps. My interest is still very much in existent to read classic F4 because my love is still there. It just goes in a bit of a different direction. So, meanwhile, while we're all thinking on the F4s and the SWAT Cats, I want to say Huck Big Bad World number 3 right here, which I did read. Not as strong as 1 and 2, but still strong nonetheless on its own merits. Raphael Albuquerque's art is still killer, though. Holy crap, is it killer? Absolutely killer. Definitely a lot more, just more people going on the journey. Obviously, is the middle issue. So naturally, when you have a story that's halfway through, you won't always get the most happening, but you do get a nice, solid reveal at the end. I was like, oh, okay. This is happening, and there's a connection to so-and-so. So I was really happy about that. But that all said, though, we do get some great superheroic, wholesome Huck moments in the midst of it all. It's basically it's a very road trip driven story. And yet Huck has a great moment where he wants to do things on foot, and seeing him do his stretches and still delivering all the smiles and taking the photos, and then just talking to a lonely old guy to the point where he wasn't lonely anymore. You still had some great super duper, like, wow, that's such a feel good moment out of that. And then, of course, we got more characters who are being mentioned, who have some of the powers attachment to the witch from way beyond. We have another key player added to it from a company. Got some X-Files-y thing going on there. I was like, ooh, who's this Uzi secret company? So more than now I think about it, the more I have thought about, there actually is quite a bit of movement to this issue. But still, it's still a strong, solid issue. And obviously, if you're reading the series, you definitely need to have it. And it's easily out of the last 2 years, it's my personal favorite Middle World story we're going for. I mean, obviously, Nightclub 2 is really close. Nemesis, Rogues Gallery. I mean, might want to have a word, but right now, unless something goes horrifically wrong, Huck Big Bad World is really singing out to my heart, and just seeing the wholesomeness of Huck. And dude, oh man, this is gonna be a no context here, but
Well,
I'm gonna give away pages without context. And
bigging them.
oh, I'm embiggening. But oh man, oh no, come on. There we go. Yeah, there's this kid, and there's a reason this is happening. There's a reason this kid's panicking. And once you see why and what he's connected to, you're like, I didn't expect him to have a connection to something. So points on non-predictability. Though I would have welcomed the predictability, because to me, not everything predictable is bad if it makes sense. But this was a welcome. Oh, like, oh, boo boo. What's going on here? I'm the one embiggening, and I didn't know what I was going to do about it. But Yogi, I'm telling you right now, this Huck comic had me
Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay. Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay.
And no, that's not actually what happened in the book. I just wanted an excuse to play that song.
It was just an excuse.
The nice thing with Huck as a book, and I didn't get a chance to read that book yet. Huck is part of a larger product, I feel, of something I've talked about quite a bit now, for just the rebuilding of heroes, the hope. Huck is a prime example of one of those books. While the character himself is always kind of brought down, he's always kind of got that upbeat attitude to him, and I feel it in the water. Like, we have more and more need for that hope. I mean,
he's a character that we need. He's a character that we need in our comic world. And I've never looked into it. I have heard that, and this obviously conspiratorial territory. Apparently, the comic was created out of a particular writer's not so fondness for a particular movie that came out in 2013. We're not going to mention that movie, but like I said, I can't prove that. Maybe if one day when I have him on here, I will ask him myself what inspired Huck. For all I know, he may have had the idea. I've just heard these things. For all I know, that could be BS. It could be 100% BS. But would that check out considering the timing of when it came out? Yeah, it would.
Actually, it would.
It really would.
We don't know.
When you look at the timing of when the first one came out, it really would check out. But that's just that. And you know what? Since people wanted it, we kept it gay. But however, we also got a welcome shocking visit.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker!
You can't escape me.
I'll toss you to the ends of the earth.
Hey Nick, I had something I wanted to show you.
All right, well, you're welcome to try to get it up. I mean,
I got it right here.
All right, well, we gotta make sure it's before 2025 is over. I see the shocker emoji. Shocker! Yes, use your shocker emojis if you got them. And so I think you even mentioned this in the chat earlier.
Yeah, so, I saw this, and
let me give this a quick read here. Big news out of the SDCC yesterday. John Byrne's Elsewhere is finally getting officially published by Marvel. Byrne's 32 issues of X-Men fan fiction will be released in 3 volumes in 2026. That's some pretty great news to start your Friday. Hoo-ha! Yeah. What I'm going to say to that before I let Caster go and then Jed can. I've not read this stuff of John Byrne, assuming that means he did do some X-Men stories.
Yes.
Good for John Byrne fans. And also, it's clear that Marvel really needs some money in their comics division. comic. They really do for them to actually resort to putting something like this out. Maybe I might check it out. Caster, where are you at with this?
I'd be up for checking it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look back and see just what all he had done on X-Men because it's been a while. Oh yeah, he was doing let's see, 1980.
Yep.
Okay.
How long was his run?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys tell me. I'm just here
Dude.
pushing the buttons.
It's like winning.
I have a run of the 80s and 90s and a little bit of the 70s X-Men.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We're saying run in singular.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
John Byrne had worked with Chris Claremont for a number of years, and the two of them would often go back and forth on the ways they wanted the run to go.
Yep.
And Claremont is of course famous for having basically had a 20-year run of X-Men that basically made it the #1 book of Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that tells you then. Yes, JT Kirk, we do need a winning emoji. You just gave me an idea, and I'm going to follow suit on that. I'm not joking here. I'm going to follow suit on that. That's a great idea. But no, God, what were we saying last again? I already lost my train of thought. Caster, did you lose your train of thought
John
too?
Byrne and Marvel?
Oh, John Byrne and Marvel. No.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. I might check it out. I mean, once again, having Byrne involved is definitely reassuring. My guess is these are old stories that he got done some time ago, and he's just now kind of getting them out there.
It is. It's. There was a lot of good stories during that period, and like John Byrne was like, dude, he was good, but with the Claremont thing, he was good up until that point where we all know we don't want to talk about. So. I just thought everybody out here would like to know this, and because this is like classic X-Men from the 80s. So thought you guys would love this.
But
I wonder what Clobby would feel about this. I'm curious to see where Clobby would be because I know he is very hit or miss with Byrne, and rightfully so.
Yeah, he was.
I'm curious to see where he would have stood on this one. This would have been a great time to have had Clobby. Not that any time was a bad time. But considering the timing of a movie and this comic come out in the same week, his voice would have been really instrumental in all these conversations right now.
I really wish he would have been here for all this. It hurts me inside that he wasn't here to see all this.
Ultimately, it goes to show you that perhaps they're actually trying to turn things around and show that, maybe turning back to some of the legacy creators would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, by them just doing a little 3-issue kind of testing the waters like this, maybe it'll show that there is a bigger need for this than they actually thought. Like, imagine if they turned around and suddenly found out that like this book got 100,000 copies in today's comic landscape.
Yeah, and if it sells out, because it says they're gonna do, they're getting published three volumes. If that first volume sells out, they're gonna go, oh, what do we do now? I
think that's where it's I think it's gonna do well, but I think my one concern from this is, I mean, Byrne probably got these stories made like 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
it's not like they could just go back to like, hey, can you get going on this? Because from what I've heard, and this is information. Usually, when I say take this a grain of salt, I just heard this. This is something I could say with confidence, and I don't think it's really that insider info-y if you know where to look. But the rates Marvel has for their writers are not good, even for their top writers.
Yeah.
Their rates are not good at all. So I don't see an incentive for Byrne to come back and do, let's just say, a hypothetical Elsewhere 2 or something else just to say, hey, look, your Elsewhere book did come. You want to do a little bit more work for us. I don't see the incentive for him to come back. Right now,
well, yeah, Nick, they've been trying to get Byrne to come back for Superman. He won't do it. They also tried to get Byrne to come back for X-Men. He won't do it because of how bad DC and Marvel are right now. He won't come back. So
I'm actually surprised this is coming out. I know John Byrne's a big recluse, and I know even a guy, even at one of the biggest writers of the last 25 years, even had a hard time reaching him. And when you're
Yeah.
one of the biggest writers in the entire comic book industry and you have a hard time reaching John Byrne, that's insane,
he
man.
used to go to a lot of comic conventions, though, and this is the thing. At some point, he just got fed up with a lot of DC and Marvel's crap. Became a recluse.
Sometimes, it
Yeah.
do be like that. It really do be like that. What's up, Conan by Crom? Which, by the way, I can't wait. We got more Conan coming up, and it hasn't been specified if it's going to be an ongoing, but I'm going to bet money it'll be a miniseries. But we are getting a comic on Cole, which means we get not one but two. Because if you think about our buddy Russ Leach, obviously has his third volume of the Atlantean going on, which his campaign's doing very well in. Shout out to my buddy Russ Leach. I'm going to try to get him on here next month to promote the Atlantean issue 3. But so you got that and Titan Dude Cole. Dude, golden age of Cole. What's up? Dub question for panel. What was your Mount Rushmore comic? Oh, dude, I couldn't do that. I mean, for me, like that Mount, like I put like 90, 100 faces in there. That's way too tough for me. I couldn't give you that answer. It's way too complex. Maybe for some people it might be easier, but I got no answer there.
Let's see.
I would go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I'm gun to my head, having to try to think about this. I'm Jack Kirby is of course the first face on that Mount.
Yeah.
Alongside him, Chris Claremont with everything he did with the X-Men. Those are like the first two names that immediately popped in my mind for who I have to put on there. And it's not necessarily just only artists, but it's like my top like 4 faces. Those are the first two that come to mind.
That's like when somebody asked who would be your 4 that would be up on for WWE all-time WWE when Snow was doing the stream, and I was like, dude, that's so hard to do because you have Hogan, you have Macho Man, you have Taker, you have Rock, you have Stone Cold. Like you have too many people. Just like you said, it's hard to pick. But I know Hogan, Stone Cold, Taker, Mick, and some of the other. You're like,
you can make good arguments for Ric Flair. You can make
Flair. I even said this for Flair.
You can make a good argument for Triple H. I know.
Yeah, Triple H.
With him,
Sean. You could do it for Sean too. For
Bret Hart.
Like you have too many like greats. They're like you literally can't, dude.
Yeah,
it's hard. And I agree with that question. What
much.
You just said, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, it's not as easy when you the more you know something like that.
Yeah.
And your knowledge on it is very well versed. Yeah, picking just 4 names is sorry guys.
Don't forget
tough.
Dusty.
Oh yeah, Debo. I would see Sting.
Booker T.
There's a good argument you can make for Sting.
Yeah.
There's a good argument for Booker T. No,
how about Dusty?
Said,
you can have an argument for Dusty too.
I'd even make an argument for some of the high flyers, Rob Van Dam, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
and those are like the smaller guys. That you can even make an argument. I know a lot of people consider his rise too fast. Maybe they say his reigns are too long. But I mean, Brock Lesnar is the youngest champion, and yet he also became a champion from being a 0 in 6 months. That hasn't been matched since. And then obviously you could maybe think about, would you count someone like Randy Orton? Like there's that we're obviously this will end up turning to a wrestling show, but you get the point though. Oh yeah, can't be Flair on. Dude, Ric Flair, I'm actually convinced he outsurvived Stan Lee. He's outsurvived Ozzy Osbourne. He outsurvived Hulk Hogan. If he outsurvives Keith Richards, Ric Flair is straight up immortal. That guy had what? 2 plane crashes. He had the China virus as well, and he made a whole like, oh, it's just the China virus. and he was just like, woo, about it. Dude.
I agree
Oh,
with
man.
DB. He said Kurt Angle right there. Kurt Angle would be a good
Oh,
one.
yeah? And
So
that-
you
that's-
have
that's
two.
a
You
good-
can't just have 4.
Yeah.
No, 4 doesn't
Kurt Angle's
count.
excellent.
Yeah.
No, see, and you can make a good argument for Chris Jericho as well. Chris Jericho is, I mean, God, he had one of the most memorable debuts ever when he debuted on August 9th, 1999, when he was doing the Y2K countdown, but it was the Y2J for Jericho.
Dude, I love that. That was awesome when that happened.
So, yeah, it could go all day. Yeah, go ahead, Caster, get that list. Let's have some fun talking shit at a list that I'm going to disagree with a lot. This will be fun. Why not?
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
do it.
see.
Get it up. Come
I can't wait to see
on.
this. Let me take this down.
Jericho, best debut ever. No one out survives Keith Richards. Well, hey, if Ric Flair does, he might not, D, but I'm just saying, if one man can, I think it's Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I think it is. But dude, you want to know how many times in high school I practiced doing Booker T Spinneroonie, D-Bud? Many times. We'd all do the Booker T hand thing, shaking our heads, trying to do us. We all butchered the Spinneroonie. We all butchered it, but we still did it anyway. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna probably hate this list. I haven't.
Me too. I saw Dark Knight on there.
See, I do like the Dark Knight movie. I do, but I don't like it as much actually as Batman Begins. But I do like it. No, I'll see. I actually do enjoy the Dark. I think it's a good movie. I'm serious, even though it's not my definitive take of Batman. I feel like it's still a really strong movie. But anyways, let's look at this list.
Batman '89 is my favorite Batman.
Go ahead, Caster.
So just to set this up a little bit. A friend linked this to me, and it was a little bit of a surprise because there's a movie or two that are some of my own personal favorites that I would have never expected for kind of general audiences to pick up on, and which isn't to say that this is all just Marvel movies, because there's gonna be a few upsets in here. And there's gonna be a few that I think are well worth your time.
Okay.
So Esquire may not have had a bad article. I don't know. You guys be the judge out there.
Oh, I'm on the edge of suspense.
Right.
I'm ready with whatever. I'm like, what are they gonna make me be like? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm gonna
We can obviously go through all this, but it's basically going over like from 1939, barely a year after Superman lifted the first car. We would have the black and white heroes of Marco Zorro, eventually Captain Marvel. They're setting the stage pretty well, just like it's been going on for basically a century of superheroes.
So what you're saying is they're trying to butter us up. Oh God!
Okay, no. You are cast that evil away, please. Like, you are high, my brother.
Hold on. Let's see. What makes them think that this is the 25th best superhero movie of all time? Thunderbolts reinvigorated the once dominant Marvel franchise, even if only for a little while. Anchored by Florence Pugh, who reprises her role as Yelena Belova from 2021's Black Widow. Thunderbolts asterisk follows an ensemble of B-tier anti-heroes and one Winter Soldier, who form a new team to stop one person who got them together in the first place. Time will ultimately tell what legacy Thunderbolts leaves behind. But this found family picture is not just shockingly good, it's great. And I am surprised.
Oh, dude,
I am surprised they did not talk about mental health in this little.
This is
write-up.
Therapy, the movie. It's literally a huge therapy session throughout the whole movie. It's just I can't, man.
Obviously, we're not off to a strong start.
Yeah, that's not strong, man.
So the bar has been set.
I saw this movie once. I'm never gonna watch it again.
I'm never gonna watch it.
When I watch it, here's the thing: there is good moments in there. There is. I'll be the first to say it, and there are some good character arcs in there individually. It is a coherent movie, but the amount of feelings, the amount of therapy, and this is the one thing that people who are iffy on the movie or even like the movie, they were kind of all mostly in unison on Yelena. I'm the odd man out. I don't get it with her character. I don't see what's the fascination with her character arc. I don't think she is a strong leading lady at all with her character. I feel like
Nope.
I've seen way better leading ladies. She's not one of them. Is this Florence Pugh or Florence Pugh?
I don't get it, man.
24 Shazam.
I like Shazam.
I actually like that movie.
No,
Yeah.
it's I don't know if I'd put it in my top 25.
I
But
wouldn't put that in my
enjoyed-
25.
I enjoyed seeing this movie when I saw it in theaters, and I did buy it on Blu-ray, and I did enjoy rewatching it. And Zachary Levi, even though it's based off the Screw 52 origin, the way it's told is very heartfelt and family driven. And it set up a sequel nicely, even though the sequel absolutely
Oh, the
hardcore
sequel
bombed.
was, yeah.
I never saw it, but I did
I
enjoy
did.
this movie. I really did enjoy this. I saw a screening of this ahead of time, like 2 weeks in advance. I enjoy this. Well, we're talking movies, but JT Plessy Sanders in the Great War, that guy's a true governor gangster, man. True governor gangster. Which, by the way, JT, we're gonna be in touch soon to follow up. We got to figure out if we're gonna do Catch and Kill or if we're gonna do well, let's just say Saints and Sinners. But we'll be in touch, brother. I can't wait to follow that up. Vince, the second one's lame, but first, yeah, I feel like the first one's a really well put together by the numbers movie. Once again, everything about it is standard in its formula, but I do like how dark the movie gets. Shazam, like with the demonic creatures, and like it almost has a Harry Potter spook to it, and yet it's still a very wholesome movie at the same time.
My biggest complaint with it was just that I felt Zach Levi isn't the best person to play Shazam. If anything, he feels like the SNL sketch actor they played to play the character in a joke scene. Whereas he should be more kind of squinty-eyed, kind of a like what Captain Marvel should be in the comics.
Like someone's father.
Well, he's like Billy that doesn't know how to be Shazam yet, too. So you got to put that in consideration.
And by the way, guys, how you guys doing?
Hey,
Hi, Fenrir. Nice
Sorry
to
I'm
see
super late. I just got home from work. Oh, and since Pablo isn't around, I might as well just steal it from him. Black, after all.
Hey, your mic's a little hot.
Yeah, your mic's high, bro.
Damn it. This is new.
It's okay. Take your time.
You just got to adjust it, brother. That's all you got to do.
Real quickly, before we go on to number 23, Deeple, TMNT should absolutely be on the list because the comic came first, A. B, a lot of elements from the first movie was stuff that was lifted straight from the Eastman layer run from Mirage. So it's definitely something that should be counted.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It should be counted. And that's the reason why I love the very first movie so much. Because they did lift a lot of stuff from the comics in there.
All right, Caster.
Super, I've never heard of. Have you guys?
I've heard of it,
seen
but
it
I've never
once.
seen it. Isn't this a James Gunn movie?
Yeah, it is.
No, it's super bad, I think.
Before James Gunn made his mark on both Marvel and DC, he unleashed his own mass Punisher in Super, released in 2010. Pitch black, dark comedy, follows Fry Cook, played by Rainn Wilson, who tries to rescue his estranged wife from a charismatic criminal, played by Kevin Bacon, who tries to his plan, don the mask and wield the scarlet tools of the Crimson Bolt, a portrait of doomed marriages and men in crisis. Super foreshadows Gunn's capacity to tell stories of deeply flawed people whose costumes can't hide their open wounds.
It's a super dark movie, like super dark. It is dark. So, I was just like, wow.
It's not ongoing. Fenrir was wrong, and he accepted like a man, and he sent me the 20, and I gotta give him credit for that. He didn't complain. He said, "Hey, here's the 20." I thanked him. I said, "Very honorable of you to do," and it was. I'm gonna absolutely give Fenrir credit and then some for following through on that, because he didn't say, beg me in private, hey, could I please walk away from this? He did it, and that was it. And we're just going to move on from it, because as far
I lost. I have no problem with that. I'm a man of honor.
See?
Live with that.
We're
See, it
good.
just took too long to pay. Yeah, I was really having some problems with
You're
my
still
bank
getting
account.
loud. You're still getting super loud. I know it's not your control, but I did hear what you're saying, Fenrir, and yes, I do agree. You are a man of honor. You lived up to your word, so at least I caught your words in there. Yeah, I haven't seen Supercaster. It seems like Jed had
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Jed?
like the only one that's seen
Okay,
it.
so you've seen it.
Yeah.
So maybe it had a following that we're not aware of. I mean, hey, I'll admit I miss a lot of things, so maybe it has a following that I'm not aware of. So I'm not gonna write this movie off just because I haven't seen it. But I am gonna say take this one with a pinch of salt.
And I will say as well before we continue on, I am surprised, given that we've got a couple movies in here now that are just, sort of out that are not what you would fully expect. To see a little indie, essentially an indie film like this wind up on the list. Okay, I'm a little curious where they're going to go with this because, like, if stuff like this is making the cut, then at least they're willing to say like a lot of Marvel shit isn't as good as this.
Yeah, I can respect that, even though they got off to a horrific start with not bolts. I can give them credit for putting in this one, even if I ended up saying not liking the fact that they put in a much deeper cut of a movie is absolutely admirable. But what's number 22? Oh, it's my guy Andrew. I just saw you last week. Oh no! Oh,
Planet Hulk the movie.
No.
No, we're done. Do we?
I
do you
think
guys
a
have anything more to say on
millennium
this?
made this list, to be honest.
All right. I hate this already. I almost regret this.
It
nut
just is like
bolts, nut bolts.
Look, I'm just gonna say it. I watched this movie once, but second time trying, it sucked ass.
Well, the problem is, like, Thor Ragnarok does have good moments in there. Where,
It
like,
does.
Ragnarok,
It does have really good moments.
Asgard is your home where you take it with you. And the problem is just everything that came out after it. Like, everything after this is just Thor's like, yeah, no, I don't want to be a king. I don't actually want all that responsibility. I'm gonna go drink beer and, like, fuck off and hang out with the Guardians. Like, the problem is everything that came after this movie just completely wastes everything this had.
All right, just move on. Fuck, we're not even going to talk about this one. Don't like this movie. The director's cut's even worse.
Yeah,
That's the end of my conversation.
I agree with you, Nick.
You guys can dispute over it.
No, I agree with you, Nick. I'm down with you on that one.
Is it the best Zack Snyder movie? Sure, but it's just the equivalent of saying it's the least worst. It's not a terrible movie. There are things I do like about it, but to me, it's still an average movie. Where are you at, Caster, on this one?
It's got a lot of potential, but it feels like such a movie kind of out of left field to have chosen to do at the time. I mean, it is undeniably one of the best comics that ever came out. As much as I hate to admit it, just due to the sheer popularity of the book, and for despite whatever
Alan Moore.
I think Alan Moore might have said about it. Rorschach is undeniably the true hero of the film.
Oh, of course.
And I love seeing that because I know that that Michael Moore wants.
You guys ever laugh over the fact that Alan Moore hates Rorschach so much?
Michael Moore.
I know Roger Moore, Michael Moore, Alan Moore. Too many Moores, but yeah.
I don't need any more of them.
Go ahead and continue, Caster.
Alan Moore is I love the thought that he's gonna like be cursing people with a stick and a snake somewhere in his English garden.
Oh yes.
But it's a fine movie. I don't think I've seen it since it came out since I saw it in theaters. And at the end of the day, he got screwed over by DC.
You guys seen the recent pictures of Alan Moore? He looked like something straight out of a metal cover.
He looks like Lord Vermin.
Hilarious.
I love Andrew's hot take on this. Yeah. Seriously, I think there's things I like from Elmore. Now, do I think he's like this great second coming? No. I did like his Superman stuff, which was shockingly Superman-like.
Yep.
I don't believe he wrote it. I mean, god damn it, it was perfect.
But as far as the Watchmen comic, I would give it it's a pretty good comic. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. There are characters I like, but there's a lot of ideas I absolutely don't like, and I can't roll with it. And for me, the amount of chattiness kind of bores me at time with the amount of chattiness. Now, I do love Dave Gibbons' art in it. I think Dave Gibbons is a great artist. I think he's awesome, even. But I
But the
feel like I've
problem,
seen Dave Gibbons jive better with other writers.
but the problem is ultimately like it is a curse upon comics as a
Oh, yeah.
medium because
It-
everything since then has tried to be the next Watchmen, and
Yep.
I curse it. I curse its existence for being made.
I agree
This
on
and
that.
to a lesser extent, The Dark Knight Rises, which has kind of done likewise as another deconstruction of the hero. I
I
do I
agree on that.
do I enjoy that one? Yes, but the problem is everything else has basically it's these are these books that have kind of reshaped the landscape of comics to where everyone thinks they can be like New York Times bestsellers. They think they can be this big, profound thing, which and a lot of times comics can be. But the problem is the people who are tryhards on doing that wind up saying very little of substance beyond the message they were trying to say. Like the comic itself winds up being sacrificed for the message.
I agree. Strongly agree. So you hit on something great. You hit on something actually really great. You mentioned New York Times bestseller. So my oldest, she's gonna be 12 in a few months. And she said, Dad, how could every book be a New York Times bestseller?
Smart kid.
I'm like, I'm glad you caught on to it because she's a big reader, like big reader.
Yeah.
And and there's obviously she pays attention to patterns and like things. And she's like, how does that happen? I was like, the New York Times is not something to value. I'm like, don't ever pay attention to it. It doesn't mean everything that they say about a book is bad. There'll probably be stuff that they recommend might be good. But the idea of New York Times bestseller doesn't really mean anything anymore because of the way they go about their numbers and requirements of what meets a bestseller. The game is rigged. I just say in simpler terms, the game is rigged. You like what you like. If it just happens to have that label, great. If it doesn't, that's not going to take away your enjoyment because you are good at finding books on your own and deciding what you like. And I really respect that about her a lot. So, anyways, yeah, let's move this along because I'm really hating.
Can I say one thing about the movie? I didn't get a chance
Sure.
to
Make it quick.
Okay, first of all, I have a very complicated relationship with this movie and the book in general. I enjoyed the movie for what it was, the fight scenes mostly, and the power show with Dr. Manhattan. But I'm really not a big fan of the story because of the cynicism and the darkness of it all. Really is depressing if you stop to think about it. And I really don't like that in my superheroes.
It's all the deconstruction.
Yeah, and like you said, it opened up.
Whoa, Wolvie! What's up, dude? Wolvie just gifted. Wolvie of the 1-4. Wolvie of the 1-4. What's up, dude? Wolvie of the 1-4 just gifted a $5 membership, and it looks like my buddy Andrew became a member from that. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for gifting Andrew a membership, man. I hope you are well, sir. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. See, we gained 2 members tonight. I like that we have a stream where members get bigger and can grow by the numbers. Anyways, number 20 next.
Nick, I like to see your members grow too.
Well, hey, I'm a man who loves when we has the more members, the merrier. You know, around here, that is how we roll when it comes to our members.
That time, I heard you coming.
Number 20.
So many ways to interpret
Superman 2.
Okay, this should have been lower in the list. Way lower, so.
If it was the Donner cut, I'd agree with this.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
even
balance.
hate
Two is
Superman
what
2. I don't even
2 is
dislike
the one with
actually.
General Zod, right?
Yes, hold on.
Yeah.
I do like Superman 2, but the director's cut is way better. I would put
I
the
agree with
director's
you on
cut at
that.
20.
I never saw the
Sup-
director's
No,
cut.
no, the regular theatrical version is something I will probably put in like the 30s, maybe 40s. And I don't say that as it's a bad movie. I'm just saying that is just it's not worthy of being number 20. I do like this movie, but that's where I start and stop is I like it. That's it.
And Superman 2. At only number 20. This should be much higher.
Yeah, it should be much higher.
Don't you mean much lower?
Well,
No,
yeah,
higher
you
up
know
than
what I
lower.
mean. You know what we mean.
Number
Yeah, this movie
19.
would be a dick.
Okay.
This should be way up.
No,
No.
this shouldn't even be on the list.
Yeah, it
I
should
don't-
be on the list.
I
but it,
don't dislike this movie. I don't.
Yeah.
There's moments
Dude,
I
come
don't like.
on.
Hold on. There's moments I dislike, but there's a lot of highs in this movie that really transcend this movie. Now, obviously, there's some really cringy moments, but however, this movie already has a special place in my heart, no matter what. And I'm gonna keep it at number 19. You want to know why? Because nothing will beat. If there's one thing that's greater on this planet than Captain America having Mjolnir, is
Yeah.
the standing ovation when Thanos decked Captain Marvel in the face, and everyone was
Okay, I gotta
so
admit, that was pretty good.
happy about that. You can say
You know what,
what you
Nick?
will
Show us
about
a-
this
show us a little clip.
movie. You can say what you will about this movie, but the fact that Thanos did that and the audience lost their mind lets you know right off the bat this character is not going to take off the way Marvel wants her to. But
Yeah.
people are cheering for Thanos over Captain Marvel.
Nick,
this
in
will
my theater-
always have a place in my heart. In the
In my
Lord.
theater,
I'll respect
people
this.
were literally
Just for that.
laughing in joy.
dude, in my theater, Nick, everybody started clapping, yelling, saying, "You go, dude!" The whole theater was just clapping and cheering, and like, I was like, "Yeah, you go."
It was beautiful. I mean,
right.
have you ever been in one of those situations where you saw all of humanity getting together in one specific thing, as if we were one unique hive mind?
And that's what happened in my theater. There
Same
was
in mine,
kids,
dude. It
old
was
people,
glorious.
young people. Everybody was clapping for that.
Everyone hates that dumb.
Caster, what are your thoughts on this? I don't think I've actually ever heard your thoughts on Avengers Endgame.
Endgame was
Nick, you gotta show us the clip.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
you can't bring it up.
Let Caster talk.
All right. Endgame was a letdown for me. Yes, there were some great moments in there that I did enjoy. However, the little things that stood out where it felt like they were clearly trying to pass the batons and keep setting additional things up really bothered things for me. And I feel like the sacrifice that should have been made at the end of the film should have been Tony having to rewind time and essentially sacrifice his daughter to literally force a father to have to choose between his child and the entire world. That should have been the sacrifice that should have been played out. That should have been weighed.
I think
Then
that
on
was
top
the
of that,
original thing.
the additional little things like, oh, we're setting up Sam Wilson as Cap. It's like, and you know, the all whammon moment. There's a lot of little things I feel like that just irk me when I think back to it. Because you got to realize, if they do rewind time, right? If they go back and they, undo everything, there's no guarantee that the daughter that the child that Tony and Pepper might have is going to want it being the same. Given just if you didn't do it on the right day, things would be a little bit different. If you wait a little, there's so many little things that could have happened to change things. So that child is essentially not going to be there. And if they had Tony weighing on that, thinking about that, I feel like it would have just hit so much, closer home. You remember when Tony in, Civil War says, "I don't care. He killed my mom." Like at that point, anyone and everyone understood that at that point, it's all about the family connection for Tony. That's what made Tony work.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's get to 18.
18.
Ooh, I disagree with this greatly. And here's the thing. I like Volume 2. It's something that I've gained more fondness for with rewatches because I was actually less fond of this movie when I saw it in the theater. I actually thought it was a very average movie with some good moments. That said, though, I would still trim about 15 minutes out of this movie. With Kurt Russell, they changed the villain of the father being they changed the father from Jason to being Ego the Living Planet, which is a really needless change. They should have just had Kurt Russell be Jason. Now, did I like Kurt Russell as Ego? Yeah, I did actually. I thought it was cool that Kurt Russell did that, but he should have just been Jason. And I think there are some really great character moments in this movie, so I will acknowledge it for that. It's definitely a better movie with rewatchability. I will say that. It's not something I would put in my 25 though. It's something I would probably put in my 30s. I guess that says more about me, for better or worse. You decide, chat. You're saying, "Oh man, Nick likes a lot more of these movies than people think." Well, yeah, actually, I do, and but I do enjoy. But to be fair, I've not watched this movie in like 3 or 4 years, so maybe I would have higher hopes, but higher ranking. I don't know why I said hopes. Maybe I would have a higher ranking, but to me, this is something I put in the top 30s. And I say as someone who has fonder feelings of this movie as time goes on. But to me, its biggest weakness is some of the talking goes on too long.
Yep.
It almost gets Attack of the Clones like with its talking.
Guardians 2, I feel, benefits most from especially from the time in which it came out, was because it was kind of one of the things James Gunn did best, which was helping to set everything up for Infinity War and Endgame. All of the hype for the next movie, there was that magic to it that made you just look forward to the next movie. What's going to happen next? They had a magic there to hook people. As for this film, I feel like the first one was better than the second one, just because I didn't like the changes made. Yeah, I like seeing the Thanos stuff, sure, but it just didn't work for me the same way. And also, Baby Groot after a while kind of gets a bit much.
Well, this was teenage Groot, bordering on teenage Groot, and that
right.
off since they had moved on from that fairly quickly, which I was actually shocked that they did. I thought they were going to drag that out, which I guess you could say is impressive that they didn't drag it out. But yeah, it was definitely something that, yeah, it definitely wore its welcome out fairly quickly. I guess it helps in a way that they moved on from it quickly. Maybe they almost saw it coming, to their credit, and they realized, okay, this is a nice novelty, but don't work out and just have the character grow, because it's not something we can get away with for several movies. But once again, I do like a lot of the character performances. I did like Peter Quill in this movie. I did like Yondu as well. I did like a lot of the action too, and I did like how colorful and space and sci-fi the movie was. So, and once again, I the rewatches is what saved this movie for me, which I guess that's a sign, a testament of the movie, because my first watch was so like, so I don't know how it happened, but this is one of those movies where I actually benefited from the rewatch. It's kind of crazy. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are. This is one of those movies. Fenrir, what are your thoughts on this one?
I I enjoyed it, but I feel it didn't exactly use the premises that it had to its full potential, and wuss out and just went the lazy route in some things. I mean, I liked some of the homages and callbacks to the original Guardians of the Galaxy comics from the old days, from when Marvel was in connection with the World of Worlds books and that and so on. I like that, but I feel that, and I don't have much of an affection with changing Star Lord's father. I mean, I would have enjoyed it if it was Jason, but I thought it would have been fun with this turn on Ego. I just feel they didn't really use the threat to its maximum. Like, you have Ego, this guy that is a living planet. I mean, you could have explored that so deeply. Like, instead of having him traveling in a spaceship in this fake body, you could literally have the whole damn thing traveling around. You have any idea how freaking terrifying and amazing that would look in camera? Like something Lovecraftian, having an entire planet going after you. God damn it, just thinking about it, it's so freaking awesome. There are videos on YouTube that explore this all the time. It is awesome. And I just feel that the fight was pretty. Look, it has a lot. The final battle specifically has a lot of James Gunnisms where it's more comedy instead of the serious of the situation. Like for example, when Peter has control of his celestial powers, and instead of just saying "you killed my mom," he brings that Walkman thing that kills the kind of kills the weight out of it all. And I don't know, to me, the whole tentacles attacking them slowly enough for them to go. I mean, you could have really just showed up better how this was all just a hopeless endeavor and made it actually have a lot more weight. They didn't. Although I did enjoy the Yondu sacrifice at the end and the whole Ravager's Brotherhood giving the honors and all that.
He
But
might have been your father, but he ain't your daddy.
yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, honestly, in my book, it's a good movie, but I just feel it went the lazy route of James Gunn. Just say.
Now that I mention it, actually, the Yondu stuff, the father stuff, like I'm remembering it more fondly now. So, okay, maybe I was a little too harsh on it. Maybe it's time for a rewatch.
Yeah, it probably is. Although I really, and part of me is a bit disappointed didn't do the whole Jason and Empire of Spartax in a way. I mean, yes, I know I said that I was okay with it, but still, I feel it would have been a lot more interesting.
Well,
instead of making him a celestial thing.
Jed, quickly, thoughts.
I thought this was the weakest out of all three movies, right there. And it just there were certain things that just bothered me in it, and yeah, so yeah, you wanted the short and sweet, so yeah.
Okay, let's move on. I got like 45 minutes, and then we got plugged. So let's move this bastard.
Number 17 is one that I myself am a huge fan of. I will not shut the fuck up about.
Okay.
As we quickly hop down here. Shin Kamen Rider.
Well, then you know what? I give you the lead to take the lead.
So, Shin Kamen Rider was part of an ongoing series of films where they went and did essentially a remake, kind of retelling of a Godzilla movie, an Ultraman movie, and a Kamen Rider movie. This is essentially someone who was kidnapped by some secret organization and was going to be used to turn into a human weapon, who managed to escape and now lives to fight and defeat this evil organization of Shocker. Shin Kamen Rider has some fantastic combat to it, and it is one of those films that I saw that made me take note of this list, which, by the way, is on Amazon Prime. I fully recommend you watch this because this might be in my top 15 superhero movies, if not top 10. I feel like this should be higher up on this, but it most certainly deserves to be on it.
Okay. No,
I would say top 15 too.
I'm glad you had mentioned that to that high. And D-Bud says Kamen Rider X is coming on Blu-ray next week. Before we carry out that, what's up, Velvet? Had him on last week. Absolutely great guy having on. Can't wait to have him back on again. But I'm glad you are really fond of this movie. It sounds like you're well versed in it. You got some enthusiasm in the chat about it. Dude, that's awesome. Seriously, that's awesome. You come from this place of knowledge about this. Carry on, Caster.
Imagine if David Cronenberg directed Spider-Man. That's the vibe of Shin Kamen Rider, written and directed by Neon Genesis Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno, who is a man himself, who has been a decades-long fan of all this superhero stuff. He was doing fan films, back in the 80s. This is essentially a retelling of the first 13 or so episodes of the original series. As I mentioned, he's been turned into a cyborg and lives to fight back against the people who were trying to turn him into a humanoid weapon, as he's fighting against all kinds of crazy mutant monster men, and he has a badass motorcycle. The action is superb. This was one of my favorite movies of the last. This is in my top 10 favorite films of the last 10 years.
Woo!
Oh wait, this came out 2023, so this is a recent film. While we were all complaining about She-Hulk twerking and all the all the stuff, Thunderbolts, all that. Here was Kamen Rider just riding along and kicking badass.
Yup.
Fenrir, did you see this? All right, Fenrir must have, I don't know, went off into the distance. Jed, do you have a thought or two on this one?
Yes, I saw this. This was awesome. Iron turned me on to this and told me, "Hey, dude, you need to go watch this." And I immediately went to go watch this. This is awesome. This is glorious. You guys need to go see this. Please go see this because everybody knows from the last few years. If I get excited about it, and you can hear me, and the minute I saw that, I clapped. If I get excited about a movie or something, you know it's good. Like everybody's like, "Wow, he got Jed pumped." So yeah, I love this.
You said Ironcaster turned you on, and then you got pumped.
There's no sense in getting off half-cocked.
Oh my God, the cock.
Sexual discrimination.
And yes, by the way, as Vince points out there, the very first enemy Kamen Rider fights is the dreaded Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is.
And then after that, he fights the evil Batman.
Yeah. So it's Kamen Rider. You guys need to go watch it. Wherever
Hey,
you
guys
can
hear me
find
now?
it. So
Yes.
We can. Fenrir, do you have any thoughts on Shin Kamen Rider or no?
Okay, my thoughts were that I only saw half of this movie. I never actually finished it.
Oh,
to this day.
that's not a thought. That's not a thought. Yeah,
So
yeah,
real quick.
you got to go all the
But
way
from the
in.
part that I did see was a fun form of entertainment. Plus, the bike was pretty badass.
Okay, fair enough. You can have that thought, but move along.
16 Hellboy.
Oh, this one hurts to say, okay? And here's why. I like this movie. As super psychotic as Ron Perlman is, as our friend Gary Neurotic says, he looks like a broken toe nowadays, which he nailed it with that comment. Even if you take that out of the equation, which I can, I like this movie. I do. But once again, like Superman 2, like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it's something I would have put in my list in like the 30s or the 40s. To me, this is not something that has top 10, top 15, top 20, top 25. It's a fine movie, but it's not even an 8 out of 10. I feel like their hearts were in the right place. It was clear that they were trying to be faithful, but I feel like they just fell short a little bit. Now, to be fair, I haven't watched this in like 15 years, so maybe I might have fonder feelings with this. But to me, this was a 7 out of 10 movie, not a 7.5 or an 8.
I'll agree with you. I think it should be in the top 20. Not, maybe I would say probably the top 20, 25 to 20. Like it's somewhere around there, but this isn't a, top 15.
Okay.
I would say this would be a top 25 for me. So.
Okay. Hey, no, that's good if you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeremy? He's celebrating 8 months of membership. Sir, it is good to see you. I was wondering about you. I was like, where is that Jeremy Winfield? Where is Jeremy? I hope he's okay. Even if he doesn't come around YouTube anymore, I just hope he's well. I just hope my man is doing good. And he pops in and he's been an 8-month member. I love that shit. Dude, thank you for dropping in, sir. Hell yeah, bitch. Oh, anyways, Fenrir, do you want to add in some thoughts on Hellboy?
It is one of my many guilty pleasures. I quite enjoyed it, and I remember that scene where they bring the agent guy that's supposed to be his new partner, and he's scrapping up his horns, and they comment on the comic books and how they never got the eyes right. I don't know why. That's still so badass for me.
Okay. Hey, if you got fonder feelings, that's okay. It's okay.
John Hurt was great in it.
We all have guilty pleasures.
Caster, I don't think did we let you have your thoughts or do we not?
Oh, I just said that I think it's rated too high.
Okay. Hey, I agree. But
Yeah, I
okay,
agree too.
well, let's go on. Let's move along.
Okay, wait. No, whoa. Hold up. 15.
Oh yeah.
It'd be
I'm glad it's on the list, but that's too low. Oh, by the way, this is for Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. All right, so I'm gonna push back on this. This is top 10. No, I can't say it'd be top 5 or number 6, but should it be in the top 10? Irrefutably, yes. Stopping a fucking asshole, Esquire, you pretentious sack of shit. This is an incredible film. And I'll even say the first one is an incredible film. I'll say that shit to the moon and back. I love all 3 of these movies. I have rewatched all 3 a lot of times. I've watched this one this year. I saw this one with a whole row of people, literally a whole row of people, 15 seats in a row. I think we took up a damn row for the midnight screening of The Winter Soldier. And then when I had it and I was full, I was like, bitch, is there a 1 a.m. serving? I'd like more. Give me some steak and shake while we're at it. And then I saw it again. I did. No bullshit. Saw it again right after. Freaking awesome movie.
This is how
should
you
be
do a
way
Captain
higher. And if someone wants to say, hey, it should be top 5, like Andrew says, I'm not going to push back on that. I can see why people would make an argument for this. I can see why they would. But top 15, get a fucking life, you stupid posers. You guys are such fucking full of shit fuck nuts. What the hell is this shit with number 50? You put this shit next to Watchmen and Thundercrack? Come on.
I know.
What the hell is
At
this
least-
shit?
At least they recognize it's a better movie.
If I was Donald Trump, Rich, I would sue them for such a terrible opinion.
Marvel's goes 2 for slander on this one.
Yeah, I know.
Does anyone else have anything else to say other than
Go ahead.
this should be
Casper.
higher?
If you guys,
No,
yeah.
it's awesome. This is an awesome movie, so I'm good.
Fenrir?
Yeah.
Let's Fenrir have a thought. If he's got a thought, let's let him have it. Fenrir? Maybe
Yeah,
he
boy.
died. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
boy.
you
This
there?
is still, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the greatest superhero movies and spy thrillers made. Because, god damn it, I still remember the freaking fight between Steve and the Winter Soldier. So goddamn badass. Especially the knife blade, man. And when he catches the shield, this is what the Captain America movies going forward should have all been. Specifically, what they tried to do with Captain Falcon. Now he's just Black Panther Ant-Man, man.
You're not wrong. What's up to Hello 29? How you doing, buddy? So, no, this movie is so damn good. I want to acknowledge Muhammad said really quickly. Hail, guys, reading Tales of Suspense, Iron Man 42. I'll get back to the fourth world, Blade and Blade 2. Blade, I'm putting there. But if you hold Blade 2 in that high regard, that's great that you do. Now, here's the thing. I want to mention something about this movie that's very notable. I know many people who, before this movie, they considered Iron Man the face of the MCU, but at this movie, they considered Captain America the face of the MCU. I know many people who converted to liking Cap over Iron Man more at this movie. You know what? Rightfully fucking so. How could you not? Anyone? Bueller?
He's got the morality.
Yes. Yes. Oh, such a good movie. And many people outside of America love Captain America. Call him Captain America.
Yeah.
Love the shield. Love the color. Love the badassery. Love the morality. Don't you even try to do this bullshit, Esquire. Okay. Anyways, let's move on before I go on Urgent. Should be higher.
Yes.
Outstanding flick, but should be higher. Now, here's where it gets interesting. It's not the most faithful adaptation of a story, but Brandon Lee's performance is exceptional. Not because he is dead, because Brandon Lee was exceptional. He was buttered up, not by Dolph Lundgren, and he was supposed to be a hot rising star. He was, doing the awesome kick-ass 80s action movie with Dolph Lundgren thing. Oh, you did good here. You can now move on to something bigger budget. He moves on to The Crow, and this is where you're going to launch into a star. I've always had this thing where if he had lived, he would have been Neo in the Matrix. No disrespect, Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
Love you as well. But Brandon Lee, to me, was gonna be the guy who would lead the action star into the next generation. But I feel like an element of that action star died with him. And this movie is so good. The soundtrack is good. The gothicness is good. Ernie Hudson's in this movie. Anytime Ernie Hudson's in anything, he's good. And once again, that man is proof that black don't crack. And I love him for it. Dude, this is a fucking this movie pushes on the heartstrings. It's a deep story, and seeing him kick ass and take names is such a beautiful tale of vengeance. It's kind of poetic. Kind of damn poetic. Tell me it's not. Tell me it's not. Caster, you go ahead.
Oh, it's just it's so tragic. It's there, like you said, it's poetic. There's a beauty to the tragedy of The Crow, to the loss of Brandon Lee. What can be said about the movie that hasn't been? And I think it definitely deserves to have one of those top spots in the top 10. No, for sure.
Wasn't he also the kid, Bruce Lee's kid?
Yes. He was the son. And here's the thing.
Oh, that explains so much.
With The Crow is one thing that they did the sequels, as unnecessary as they were, at least they were different characters. Unlike that movie we don't speak of, there's only one Eric Draven, and that was Brandon Lee. Eric Draven. So this movie should be higher. I'm glad it's in the list. I'll give him credit for ranking it this high, even though it's ranked amongst some filth. But however,
It should probably be 7.
Higher. I won't oppose to that. Jed, let's have Jed have a say on The Crow.
Oh, dude, I agree with you, dude. This was if he would have survived, he would have launched on to like a whole new.
You're echoing.
You're echoing. How am I echoing? I wasn't echoing. I didn't touch anything.
All right, now you're good. You're good. It wasn't you.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't touch anything. Yeah, I agree with you. If he would have launched in after this movie and didn't get, he would have been, like you said, Neo or something else. It wouldn't have been a whole new reality. But yeah, I agree with you. Poetic, so I agree with you guys, so.
Okay, let's go down.
I wonder if the Transformers movie is on this list.
I hope. I don't see.
Oh,
come
okay.
on, man.
Mark Miller, I like you. I like you a lot. I love Old Man Logan. Now, I wouldn't even consider myself a Wolverine guy. I love Old Man Logan. Steve McNiven's art is outstanding at. Mark's writing is outstanding at. Logan is everything Old Man Logan wishes it could be. No disrespect to Hugh Jackman, because I love the hell out of him in Deadpool and Wolverine. Love him in that one. And I have said to the moon and back, Deadpool Wolverine is a much better send-off for Wolverine than Logan ever was. This is Wolverine trying to be a French film.
Francis is right. Logan sucked.
I'm echoing again.
Yeah, Fenrir unmuted himself.
Oh, okay. This is when Logan's trying to appeal to people like, well, I don't like those superhero comic book movies, but I like that movie. It's kind of like the asshole who's like, I don't like that band Anthrax, but I like that one ballad. That's what liking Logan is like. It's they like the thing that can be taken seriously. I can't stand this movie.
Logan was trying to be a modern Western, dressing it up. And it will be one thing if this was the last time we ever saw Wolverine as a character. But given where we're at now, it just, looking back on this movie, it just comes across as just like it exists to prop up X-23 as a character.
Yeah.
Kind of does.
The Deadpool Wolverine gave Hugh Jackman's Wolverine a much better send-off, assuming that it is, whether it is or not, we'll find out in time. And it did his character way better. Way better. I know I irk a lot of people like normies when they're like, how could you say about Logan? I'm like, because I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's way better. Trust me, it weirds me out that movie in 2024 from the MCU is way better than some from 2017. But lo and behold, here we are.
Plus, it got the greatest Blade comment ever.
Oh, dude.
One of me.
I mean, come on. I mean,
only one blade.
You can't.
And it was
tell
basically
me,
prophetic.
dude.
But
Where do you get that little beauty?
Punishers, AT4.
Which Punisher? There's been like 5 of them. There's only been one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
I mean,
I love that.
He's not
Guys,
wrong. He's not wrong.
whoa, Nick,
not
Nick,
wrong.
come on. It's so hard. How could we possibly come up with a concept like Blade in a trench coat fighting vampires?
Exactly. He needs to have at least his daughter, 3 lesbian chicks, and be second fiddle.
I'm
Why,
going to
we
get
should-
even more controversial on Logan. I prefer the Wolverine and X-Men Origins Wolverine over Logan.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I do. Even though Deadpool is absolutely awful with the no talking, the X-Men Origins Wolverine is just a stupid, dumb, retarded, fun movie. And like seriously, and the CG is awful. But I had so much better of a time.
Well, compared to most
watching
today, I think it's pretty
it
much.
had bad. It had bad CG back in 2009. It did.
Yeah.
I said it then.
Oh
And I
God.
rewatched it for the first time. 15 years later, I'm like, bro, this is way better. I remember. Yeah, the CG still sucks as much as it did then, but my entertainment value, fucking skyrocketed, man.
With Wolverine, with Wolverine Origins, we got the pre-CG cut where everything was like half the movie was green screens.
This guy gets it. Of course, Jeremy gets
Plus, the games at Spawn were pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, basically there are better Deadpool movies.
Oh,
Or
God.
Deadpool
And
movies.
listen, the Batman. I think I'm going to vomit on my best friend's ex-girlfriend's face.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Skip it. Let's skip it. Let's skip it. No.
We're going to have one sentence for this movie. Worst Batman movie ever. That's
Thank you.
done. Get out of here.
Shittiest Catwoman 2.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Pass.
Good.
Pass. Ugh.
Oh, come on, man.
I
Look,
don't
this was
think
made
this
specifically
movie-
to piss me off.
But it's
I think it was.
overrated.
Yeah.
It's overrated.
It is
Never saw it.
overrated.
Extremely.
I do like Nicolas Cage in this movie. I do. I'll admit that. I do like Nicolas Cage. There's some good heartfelt ideas. There's even a good dad, father, son thing, even though I can't stand Miles Morales.
I just can't. In this movie, in the sequel especially, it looks like they just made Peter more and more pathetic.
Yeah, I never saw.
Yeah, that part I'm
Really?
not fond of.
Yeah, I wasn't fond of that either.
I don't like Miles Morales, so I never bothered to watch this or the other one.
No,
I'm the
kidding.
target
No,
audience.
no.
I mean, I was the target audience. I got older, and I'm not pretty anymore.
Dude, I'm twice your age.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hang on, you
next.
realize you're saying all these movies are better than Superman 2?
That's
Nope.
the part that.
No.
See,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
put- I
absolute
wouldn't put
ass.
that in my top.
Okay,
pick.
he should have.
Okay, now this I agree.
Top five. I'm just saying. So,
Okay, we're getting somewhere now.
yeah, top 5.
I would put this top 20. It's a good movie. I would actually say it's a great movie. I do like Michael Keaton as Batman. When he's Bruce Wayne, he's Michael Keaton. You got a great Joker performance. You got a great Alfred. I do like the Gothic Gotham City from Tim Burton. I mean,
The
it was
greatest
all
architecture of
style.
Gotham ever done.
Incredible. I feel like the architecture is the best. That's for sure. Obviously, it had one of the most memorable intros of any movie ever. I'm not even talking about the music. I'm not talking about the music, but I'm talking about that scene up on the rooftop. That opening scene I thought was an incredible.
We almost had a Superman movie like this, you know.
Now, however, this isn't my favorite Batman movie. There's 2 more I like over this one, but conversation for another day.
I love this film because it essentially created the Gotham, the Batman that we know them as today. Like Danny Elfman's theme here, there is so much amazing to love with this movie. That Prince soundtrack.
Oh, it's a good soundtrack. And I'm with Andrew there. I prefer Batman Begins. I'm a Batman Begins guy. That's my favorite of the Dark Knight trilogy. Love Batman Begins.
I can't fuck with that.
So damn good. Oh, it's so good.
Batman Begins is fine.
Nick, Andrew, I like the both of you, but I can hunt you down for that heresy.
I don't know.
You're shot.
I like this movie better because the city feels like a character in it. Like everything is just oozing with its own
unique architecture that makes it all feel alive with the gothic style, right? And it really all just fits perfectly. Specifically when you realize the main artist behind all that was the one behind those old puppet horror shows. God, what was his name? He even did the whole freaking Addams Family show with the daughter. What's his name?
Well, that and I mean, on top of all that, just you have Jack Nicholson as a Joker. Oh, he might. That's an argument in there of itself. Like, was he the best Joker?
What the hell was his name? God damn it!
That's let's clarify. Best live action Joker. Nick, you're muted.
Mark Hamill's
No, not Raul Julian. Was the guy who does the puppetry.
Anyways, move along. Great, but I can understand why they put it there. Even if I wouldn't go that high. This is a good movie. I actually like it a lot. I personally would put it in like the around 20, somewhere between 25 and 30. It's a good movie. It's rewatchable. It's got a great performance from Nightcrawler, really great performance. And I saw it twice in theaters, and I bought the original DVD along with the director's cut of it as well, aka 2.5. So I was a fan of this movie. And there's just other movies that I like more.
Top 15.
Tim Burton. Yes. That's him. Tim Burton. That's what I'm thinking about.
The week this came out, I saw this 3 times the first day because people kept wanting to take me to it. They're like, Jed, you know, I was like, okay. First, my boss at my work wanted to take me because he knew then my other friend was like, hey, dude, you want to go see it? And then it started in the morning. I saw it in the morning, the middle of the afternoon, and then at night. So this one it should, you know, I would say, yeah, that's as good. This is a good plot right here. So I love this one better than the first movie. So this is my favorite out of the X-Men movie bunch. Yeah, so
I like it, but I have problems with some of the characters. Like Colossus, I could have used more of. This is like basically the only version of Nightcrawler we ever get, because for as much of the Catholic guilt as they play it up, we don't get the Errol Flynn swashbuckler hero with a grin. That's the part of the character that I love that they never touch on.
Yeah,
they go to the Catholic guilt. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. That's the only side of the character that the movie writers ever seem to.
I'm just very disappointed about everything they've done with Cyclops in this franchise. They really reduced him to nothing but a joke and a simp.
I agree with Andrew. X2 is great, but First Class is the best X-Men film. No, dude, that ain't up for dispute around these next of the woods.
I separate this one from the other. I'm seeing from this franchise. First Class is awesome.
No, as far as the whole
Francis, dude, Jean sucks in general. She should have stayed dead.
I prefer First Class. First Class of all the X-Men movies, First Class is my runaway movie.
And that's good. Anyways, I like
let's move along.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I am openly a telepathic supremacist. I say telepaths suck, specifically if they're chicks. They can't hold themselves.
All right, I have no idea what this movie is. Do you guys?
I went to go see this opening night.
I saw it too. Out. Pretty great.
I love this movie. Horror. You don't know what it is until like a little bit into the movie, because my boss goes, dude, there's a new comic book movie coming out. And I'm like, there is? And he goes, we're going tonight. And I'm like, okay, boss. Let me go do the comic book section. He's like, yeah. So this movie, I don't want to spoil it for people that have not seen it. You must go see this. But there's also 2 other movies after this. So
Although I kind of recommend staying away from Glass. It's not as good.
no, this movie is awesome. I love this movie. I like
No,
where it's at.
Unbreakable is great. I'm just saying they should stay away from Glass. It's not that good.
Yeah, I know. So I think this is one of Bruce Willis in
Plus, I freaking love Samuel Jackson in it, man.
Yeah, this is one of Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis' best movies. One of them. So
God, it kind of brings a tear to see anything with Bruce
I know,
Willis
dude.
nowadays.
It hurts me to see that he can't talk or anything now, man. It just sucks, you know. But did you? I know you've seen this, right, Nick?
No.
Oh, you have? Okay, damn. You need to see this.
Man,
Dude.
first time only me and Jed saw a movie.
I saw this opening night when it first came out. So,
but is it better than Superman 2?
No. Superman 2 should be. This would be in like the top.
Well,
25.
apparently you're wrong because Esquire says otherwise.
You know.
Fuck Esquire.
I know, right? Fuck Esquire, dude.
All right, let's move along.
Okay.
Oh God! No! This is bull.
I'm gonna say what Snow would say. Hell no! No.
I don't even.
Hell no!
I don't even dislike this movie. I actually would go as far.
But
as
it is an okay story, but it's not top 10 material.
Let me take it. I like where it starts. I like where it goes in the middle. But man,
I mean, I only remember this movie because I took it I took a chick to watch it once, and
one at a time. First 2 acts, I actually enjoy. Third act, it was crashing into the Pentagon. I do like Gal Gadot's performance in this movie. I thought she was entertaining. I thought she was actually charming in scenes. I did like her story with Steve Trevor. I did, but third act really brought it down. Really brought this. I wish the third act held up with this movie because I liked what I was getting the first 2/3 of this movie. I actually really enjoyed the first 2/3 of this movie. So I don't dislike this movie at all. I enjoyed it, but I was disappointed at the end. I'll put it that way. Anyways, go ahead, Jed.
It's she was made for Wonder Woman. It's just the person that they got to do it didn't do it in the right way they should. I was so frustrated with this movie. So yeah, it doesn't deserve to be 7. It's like it should be above 25. Way above 25, so yeah, go ahead.
I would say Gal Gadot is cast wonderfully for the movie. I like her in the role. This just doesn't feel like the right story they should have done. Where it's like, oh, so Wonder Woman's gonna try to stop World War I. Like, could we maybe have something a little more superhero themed and less about that? Because there's a lot of fun stuff in there. Like the No Man Land scene, for as silly as it gets, is really entertaining. There's stuff I do like about the movie.
But it's few and far between what's in there, though, Iron. So,
And also, let's not forget, like, where the heck does she carry that sword at up her back?
I know! I was like, where? I said this when we were watching.
I can tell you where, but I feel we might get demonetized for it.
Where'd that sword come from? She just pulled it out of somewhere? Like, she pulled it out of her prison pocket or something?
It was a backless dress she's wearing, and yet that sword is able to, float there just fine. She must be clenching.
Okay, you good?
All right, clenching aside, let's move on.
No. And as a black man, I can say, no, this is not right.
No.
Okay.
I'll say this one. It had potential to be great. It had potential to be super great even. I'm not gonna have the panel go on this one. I'm gonna take this one and we're gonna move on.
They're gonna have Captain Marvel as one. Watch.
I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah.
It had potential to be great. It had potential to be super great. I think Chadwick Boseman is a great Prince T'Challa. I like how Wakanda looks. The marking in this movie is off the chain. But
look, dude, T'Challa looked the best in Civil War. Everything after was weak.
He was good T'Challa, though.
And and the thing that drives me nuts is I do like Michael B. Jordan's performance in this movie as a villain, but the part that drives me nuts, and I mean nuts, like seriously, like you thought Charlie Sheen was berserk. I went berserk when people are like, oh well, Killmonger has a point. Bullshit, he does.
No, he doesn't. Actually, if you really think about it, he has none.
No, he was being a good villain. It does just because he's a good villain doesn't mean he has a freaking point. No, he was wrong about everything, and that's why he's a villain. If you
He was a
find him-
genocidal psychopath who wanted to kill anyone that didn't look like him and their children.
yes,
Fuck
if you find this relatable or something of man, I can connect with. There's something fucking wrong with you. He didn't have a point. Neither did Thanos. They just were actors who played villains very well. Just because the actor plays a villain very well doesn't mean they were right.
I
Fuck
called them
off.
sneakers.
And I gotta say, compared to the comics, the movie version of Killmonger is pretty weak.
All right, go on.
The movie had black people hooting like gorillas. Like, there's some things I feel like I should, for the sake of my job, I probably shouldn't say, because you know how the
Don't forget acting all high and mighty when they are the ones who pretty much ignore the majority of the African continent and let all this stuff happen.
All right, move on.
So technically, they're not innocent at all. They're just as much to blame.
Wait, what? Give me 1 second here.
Wait, didn't you check to see if it was a full 25?
I mean, yeah, what? Wait, what the heck? It's just suddenly like, oh, we're going to... Okay, there we go.
Okay, I was like, wait, there's no...
Okay, number 5. Crap, let me...
God, this list has been horrendous.
It's terrible. I'm expecting Captain Marvel to be 1.
At this point, I think he might be right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it's active. I don't know why. I just suddenly tried to go into like the comment section.
Read by nature. What's up, buddy? Enjoy.
Winston
Black
Duke was the
Panther.
best part of the whole freaking movie, second to
Hold on.
T'Challa.
But the weird revisionism of Killmonger is weird. Winston Duke gets overlooked. I agree. He does go. I did like him in the movie, but
You know the list is so.
No, this should have been number 1. This should have been number 1.
A worthy flick that deserves to be
finally
on the list.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Guys, you can fight me on this, but this should have been number 1.
Nope.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm glad you put it at number. I'll put it that way, Fenrir,
I would
because
say top
it
10.
is. It is, no pun intended. It's an incredible flick.
It's the Fantastic Four movie we should have gotten.
Yeah,
it is. I love this.
Okay, can I be the first one to go? Because I have so much to tell about this movie, man.
Sure, go ahead, go.
The Incredibles was one of the greatest superhero films of its generation. Till this day, it is just so amazing that it's groundbreaking, from its aesthetic to its storytelling to its characterization of family and its design and choice to stay in that retro 60s era with all the Americana and anti-communism styles of superheroes of the Silver Age. It was perfect. This is everything the Superman and James Gunn movie wanted to be, but couldn't because they didn't actually have the heart for it. This was amazing with its world, its lore, its characters. So great that even to this day, there are a lot of dudes and chicks talking about it. Hell, I just learned there's an entire DVD section that reports about all the other superheroes of this world, and man, I listened to all of it constantly for hours, repetitively. I found the old books, comics. This was amazingly done, and look, I'm just saying MC probably should have hired Brad Bird to name their Fantastic Four.
That would have been awesome.
Because this dude understands superheroes. He knows what drives him. He knows, man. He just knows.
Yeah.
I'm not going to add anything to Fenrir's comments besides the words. I agree with everything he said, and I don't know where I'll put it between 1 and 5, but I'll say that somewhere in there, it's a top 5. I just don't know a number because I haven't put enough thought to give them the proper rankings, but I agree with everything Fenrir said. Jed.
Raid, stay away from Incredibles 2. That is God no.
Yeah,
That
and
doesn't exist.
we have no hope for Incredibles 3, so yeah, I
Wait,
agree
there's gonna
with
be an Incredibles 3?
yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Oh sweet God, no.
Yeah,
All right,
so
let's
I
get
agree.
taken.
I agree with everything Fenrir said, and just this would be in my top 5. The top 10, top 5. Like Kay just said, Incredibles 2 was bad. I heard her. Yeah, but I agree with everything you said. Iron.
The Incredibles, I mean, yeah, the pun of it being Incredibles, it being incredible, it is a really solid movie. And it, like I said, it's the best Fantastic Four we could have ever hoped to have gotten, which is funny considering the new one is basically just copying so much of this one with the 60s retrofuturism sort of aesthetic.
But not the right way.
Yeah.
I largely agree that this is one of those, like, this is a movie that deserves to be on a list like this. I don't know if I would necessarily put it like in my top single digits, but I'm at least willing to consider that for someone else's list.
Yeah.
Number 4?
Number 4?
Do it.
Okay.
I'm actually.
It kind of feels right.
It's an incredible flick. I don't know. I had to think about if I would put it in top 5 or top 10, but would I put it in that list no matter what, somewhere in between there? Yes.
Kind of feels
I
right.
love the first Avengers. I rewatched the hell out of it. It's probably for me, one of the last super quotable movies. I quoted this movie like crazy for a time being. Love the music. I think I may have wore out my Blu-ray of this movie. This was ritual for me for a while. So once again, I don't know where my personal number would be, but I know it would be somewhere in the top 10. But I love the first Avengers movie. I am in love with this first Avengers movie. It wasn't just something I was saying because of the magic and the novelty. It has been super rewatchable. Loved it at first viewing and loved it as time has gone on. What a movie.
We're not a team, we're a time bomb.
Dude. Oh man. Shakespeare in the Park. Doth mother know you weareth her drapes? This has much more to me to do with you, metal man. He called
Puny
metal
God.
Man. Yeah, puny. That's what I mean. That was one of the last few movies that I have read in my ledger, and I need a wipe. But it was one of the last few movies that was quotable. Like, if you think about it, as far as quotable movies, there's not many movies after that were super quotable. But the first Avengers,
I'm
had
always angry.
Yeah, or don't forget about the big guy, or the So I was just like,
that's my
you and
secret
me.
cap.
Just you and me, huh? Just you and
I'm
me.
always angry.
Yeah. Dr. Banner, now would be a time for you to get angry. Oh, dude, that movie is. That's what I mean. Or there's only one God, man, and he doesn't dress like that. That's what the first Avengers is so freaking. Tell me if you think it's not quotable, go rewatch it. Tell me otherwise. It is so damn quotable.
Even though that's
the one thing that frustrates me on that is they didn't do Avengers Assemble when they had that go around spin cam. That was the perfect moment for it, you know.
They could have gone for
I'm
it.
disappointed that none of the Avengers movie ever played the theme song from the Earth's Mightiest Hero cartoon.
We didn't get Avengers Assemble until like Endgame. That's frustrated me, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I can see why people want that, but is that going to be a deal breaker for me? No.
Oh, I know.
The movie's so entertaining and the chemistry is really good. And Loki had a great performance as a villain. This movie drowns out so many of the, let's just say, the nitpicks. It really does. The entertainment level, the chemistry, the action, the fun, the dialogue. This movie makes up for all those things in spades. And welcome, Barrett X. How you doing? Enjoy the rest of this show. Guys, anything else you want to add to this, or should we just get to 3?
No, I'm
We
good.
can go.
I'm good.
All right, let's hit it to it.
Number 3.
Ugh.
Surprise,
No.
surprise.
No, absolutely not. No, screw this.
Nope.
I like this movie. I've rewatched this movie a lot. It's something I would probably put in more like the top 26 through 30 mark because I feel like there's a great Joker performance, and obviously a lot of it is very Chirac looking. But my problem with this movie is Batman Begins is better. That's about where I would be. But I do enjoy it. I enjoy The Dark Knight. I think the opening scene is brilliant. I think the third act is strong. But I feel like Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face was awesome. You can't give in! I mean, dude, I wish I took a shot for every time someone screamed Rachel's name in this movie. I would die of alcohol poisoning. Rachel! Rachel! Rachel!
You know, we should do that drinking game.
Dude, seriously, I don't know. Like, if you took a shot for every time someone said Bane and The Dark Knight Rises, and that time for everyone said Rachel, but people didn't say Rachel's name in The Dark Knight. They screamed it. There's a specificness to it. They screamed her name. It was what I don't.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
This movie is Maggie Gyllenhaal is a dramatically worse Rachel Dawes than Katie Holmes is. Katie Holmes is good at the part. I like Katie Holmes at the part, but Maggie Gyllenhaal was insufferable. She was Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel without the superpowers before Carol Danvers was a thing. She was Harvey. I choose you. When she
I still can't see what do they saw in her.
When she blew up, she did Batman and Two-Face a favor.
I really don't see what attracted them to her.
It's a fine movie. If just it feels like overrated. It for its credit, it was the movie that got normie. It got normies. It got critics to actually take comic book movies seriously.
Sorry, dude, but that opening bank robbery was not peak. It was. You really think about it, that plan was just 5 steps away from hell.
Yeah, but it was an entertaining as fuck scene. So
but realistically, it would have never actually worked. And this is more on the fact they wanted to look realistic.
You're right. I don't disagree with that, but man, for me, I can forgive that because of the entertainment and the delivery of that scene.
Yeah.
Also, Morgan Freeman's in the movie, and that when you have Morgan Freeman in anything, there's always an extra point or two added just for the existence of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, back when Lucius Fox was good.
You die the hero, or you see yourself live long enough to be.
And that was a great line. Once again, we talk about quotable lines. The Avengers and The Dark Knight were probably some of the last movies that had like super quotable lines. Some of them, because I'm sure there's others if I think about.
I'm not curious what number 2 is.
So before we do move on to number 2, do you guys real quick want to make a quick guess at what might be in the top 2 slots?
Superman the movie and Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Nick.
Me too.
Superman is number 1. Spider-Man 2 is number 2. They better you have to have those 2 right there.
Well, let's find out.
It's gonna be bad.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the best Spider-Man movie right there. Best Spider-Man movie out of all of them.
Okay, I don't think we need to say much about this. We all know how our souls are.
Actually, I'm going to be a contrarian.
Of course you are.
I'm not joking. I'm going to be a contrarian on Spider-Man 2. The first one is a dramatically better movie. This movie is an extended, rehashed version with the losing powers element. The action is better in the second movie, but this second movie retreads a lot of the same beats of the first movie, but one is just so much better. There's one thing that you could say 2 does better is the action scenes. But as far as a character, obviously Green Goblin's just so much more villainous. Doc Ock paved the way. As great as his performance was, it paved the way for the fucking sympathetic villain.
We're not so different, you and I.
It was the litmus test for it. It was the damn litmus test for it. The sympathetic villain. It was ground zero 9/11 style. As great as his performance was, I
gotta say one thing though.
Yes.
That hospital bed scene where they were trying to get the tentacles out of Otto, still absolute cinema, dude.
It's a great scene. I agree. I love that scene.
Nick, one of my favorite parts in the movie is they ripped it right out of the comic, where that subway train's coming out and he uses all the spider webs and everything, ripped right out of the comic right there. That was that, you know.
You know what else this movie was the litmus test for, and it drives me insane? The constantly taking off the mask to speak.
I hated that shit though.
I hated that too, but I did enjoy the scene where the people of New York took him in a religious way, and
a lot of things that become like bad tropes. This movie, you can thank for those bad tropes.
Yeah, I agree, but I did enjoy that scene where the people of New York took him over some religious Jesus kind of way and stood before him in awe. I like that.
I did like what's her name? Mrs. Dickovich. She was cool.
Yeah.
She was a nice lady. She's a very nice lady, actually.
I was gonna say the movie Peter had absolutely no taste. Look, MJ sucked in the movies. Not in a good way. The bad way.
I'm gonna say that lady that girl that lived in his apartment building.
Yeah, she was best girl.
Dude, she was best girl. Screw MJ. She was best girl. Dude,
absolutely.
That girl would have done anything for him in that building. She was always cooking and doing everything for Peter, and Peter just blew her off.
But of course, that was in the third.
Dumbass.
Now,
let me tell you that the version of Gwen. Dude, look at the pictures of her today.
Hold on, let's let Caster go.
I will tell you exactly why Spider-Man 1 is better than Spider-Man 2.
Yes!
Spider-Man 1 gave us an amazing Nickelback song.
Oh yeah, dude! I was listening to that as I was walking into the theater. I had that
don't
on
listen to that
repeat,
song
dude.
and tell me it is not a banger. I'm so high.
But that wasn't a Nickelback song. That was a Chad Kroeger song. He wasn't Nickelback band. It was
a Nickelback song. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yes, it's technically considered a Chad Kroeger song because he sung it with that guy from Saliva.
Yeah.
But it was a Nickelback song because that guy's voice, well, it just sounds like Nickelback no matter what he sings in.
Somebody didn't know that the other day. They were like, I was like, no, that was a Chad. It says in the video, Chad Kroeger with, somebody else in the video.
That scene at New York City with you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us, when all people are throwing crap at the Green Goblin, was one of the most incredible scenes. I feel like that scene.
That was a good scene. Yeah.
You could never see any of the creators they replicate something like that.
One of the most heartwarming coming together, and then Spider-Man jumping off the American flag at the end of the movie right after 9/11. It was the movie we needed after 9/11.
Yeah.
It was the movie we needed after 9/11. And I feel like it was just perfect for that. And
I went to go see that movie like 6 times when it first came out.
I saw it 3 times opening weekend. I saw it midnight, and then later and I went to bed around 3 a.m. I went to sleep for like 3 hours, went to school, 8th grade morning, and then I got out of class. I went back to the theater later that day and saw it again.
Yeah.
And I saw it the next day on Saturday. So in 48 hours, I saw this movie 3
Dude,
times.
yeah, I'm with you, Nick. I saw the movie 6 times in 48 hours because all my friends kept I think I was in high school. I was just ending high school or something. So I was just ending it, and my high school friends were taking me. Then my boss took me, and then one of my older friends that I've known since I was
Dude, you had a really cool boss.
Yeah, dude, my boss was awesome. So
Spider-Man,
dude, he took me to strip bars and everything. So
Spider-Man the movie was one of those rare movies that I got to go see with my dad in theaters.
Yeah, and I got to go see that with my dad too. So yeah,
and not only that, because he was always on the road working, and so there were a couple of things we always kind of wanted to be in town just in time for. I got to go see the drive-in with him, where he had his truck with like an air mattress like filled up in the back, so we had to kind of lay out some pillows, kind of watch it. It was this great memory. That, X2, and Top Gun Maverick are like the 3 movies I've ever seen with my dad. But
that's awesome, bro.
All right, let's get to number 1, Caster.
Oh, please don't do the thing I think they're gonna do.
Please, no, not Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, no.
What Superman? It's Superman.
Oh yeah, it's
Superman.
Donner's. It's Donner's Superman.
Yeah.
Take those damn ads out of there.
Wait, they screwed up the whole list, but they got the last 2 movies right? Like
This has been an overall awful list, and I'm just gonna be that guy. Say there's nothing about this movie that hasn't been said that
Yeah.
we don't need to beat down the drum.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna take.
No, we
charge of
basically
this
gave our
one.
thoughts when number
Yeah,
2 showed up
good
up
on
there.
that. We talked
Yeah.
about this movie so much.
There, but I'll just put it this way: how did such a horrendous list have such a few good gems? They should have had TMNT in there. That's
I think it's because this
had
person didn't actually see the movies and they just searched for other lists of movies and came to their own interpretation.
I would put in the first Iron Man in there. I would consider
Yep.
the first Captain America. I have. I'm trying to think what other ones I would have put in there. That
The
would
2012 TMNT movie, I would have put in there too.
Dude, I would have put Dread
Well,
in
you
there.
mean
I would have
2007?
put Dread. I would have
Dread
put
or
Dread
Judge
in there.
Dredd?
No, Dread.
2007.
Dread.
It was the one with.
Carl
The one that was
Urban
called
Dread.
TMNT. That was 2007.
Oh right.
I
Oh
would've-
yeah, my
I would've
mind's
actually
up.
put Punisher Warzone in the list and Dread. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I would put those both in there for sure. Punisher Warzone.
I don't know if any of you ever saw this, but Blanket Man.
I have not.
What the fuck?
Oh, that was the like Marlon Wayne's like super like
Yes.
low tier. No.
Oh yeah, Blade. Blade wasn't in the list.
Yeah, Blade.
Dude, I would have put in that list. It was worth it. It was good.
Technically, he's not a superhero, but damn, it's based on a
Yeah,
comic
Dread
book.
isn't a superhero, but I would have put that in there.
I mean, he was saving lives left and right in those movies, but so I think he counts.
So, yeah, overall shitty list, but it had moments of clarity. But dudes, this is gonna be the part where we wrap up the show. It's been damn awesome. It really has been damn awesome. 2 hours. And chat, I want to thank you all for being here once again. We had a great crowd, and it feels like we're really benefiting a lot more from the Saturday crowd, having more people here, which I thank you all for taking the time to be here with us. Between talk about Huck, talking about SWAT cats, movie lists, and some F4 comics.
Oh man, you guys talked about SWAT cats?
Yeah,
missed it.
Yeah, we did.
Some F4 comics, and Deeple with the Rumble rant, and of course Jeremy hitting his membership milestone, and of course to Lester becoming a channel member as well, which I appreciate, and also to Wolvie for gifting one to my buddy Andrew. So I want to say thank you guys for all that, and thank you for taking the time to be here. We'll of course be back next Saturday night at 6 p.m. Central. As far as what's coming out my way, I don't know what's gonna come out on this channel specifically, but however, I do know what is coming out on my second channel for those who want to check it out and haven't checked it out but should check it out. On the Bonded by Metal channel, me and the boys got together to talk about the new Alice Cooper album. We did a quick initial reaction video. Well, it's really not quick, but it's an initial reaction video we put up this morning, and you should check it out. I would say get a cup of big black coffee in your hands and watch it, or even just listen to it and engage in conversation. Yeah, thank you, Vince, for plugging the plug for the links. So please, check it out. We had a lot of fun talking the new Alice Cooper album, which dropped yesterday, aka The Revenge of Alice Cooper. And Deeple say posted some memes. You know what? Just for you, Deeple, I'll take a very quick look at them. But yeah, Alice Cooper album. We'll be back here next Saturday. But please sub to Bonded by Metal if you want to hear more of the heavy stuff and the fun stuff.
Oh, can I say one thing?
Once I'm done. Trying to see here. I gotta look for Deeple's thing here. Yeah, that's what's kind of on my side. We're Deeple, to answer your question, Toxic Tuesday will be back August 12th. And that's where we're going to 3 weeks of Charles Bronson movies. The Mechanic, Death Wish 4, and another movie. I know what that one is, but I'm just not saying it because I like my secrecy. Bondage with Metal is good. But let me begin what Deeple sent really quickly, because Why the hell not? The man only sent a Rumble rant. It's the least I could do for him. And now let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the way up. Visualizing the mirror of the man I want to be. Where are you? Here we are. Okay. There we go. There's one.
Truth.
Like that. There's two.
I was just do one.
The best thing I've learned this week is that when squirrels fall land, they land like superheroes. Dude, bro. That's crazy, man. I didn't think about that. Guy groping women at Comic-Con swears he was just... Oh, damn!
That would have been perfect.
That one I saw that earlier. Yeah.
Damn!
Oh,
okay. Woo! That's a Ric Flair woo, man.
Sick bastard.
Okay, Deeple, that was worth getting it up for you. Anyways, please go check out Bonded by Metal. Toxic Tuesday will be back soon. We'll be here next Saturday for Clobby's Comic Shop. And if I want to do something else on this channel, well, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Meanwhile, I'm going to let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the way out. And yes, that's right. Thanks to all you Hulkamaniacs. Indeed. Hell yeah. Caster, what we got coming out?
Monday night's my channel, Mech Pet Chat, where we talk big robots and other pop culture stuff. It's a little bit more fun like this. Of course, there's always something coming up. You can find me all over the internet. Follow me on Twitter at the Ironcaster to see where I'm at. And guys, till next week, we got to do this soon. And remember, guys, we got issues.
You know he's gonna do that.
All right. And he's plugged out. And thank you, Vince, for plugging his plugs in the chat. Fenrir, do you have anything coming out?
Yeah, I'm still working on my Dyson book. It's almost finished, but I got a guy to work on my cover for the book. And really, when it's out, I know this is too much to ask, Nick, but I hope we could at least do a review on it here. Because I really want to know your thoughts on it, guys.
As far as review, I don't know.
I'm
yet,
getting off the ground.
Will I read it? Yeah, I'll read it.
I'm getting off the ground, and I feel so proud every day. This is going, man.
Well, hey, I want to read it. Let's put it this way. Let's cross the bridge of reading it, and then we can think about those other things, okay?
All right. I'd also
love to read it.
And I know this is a bit preachy, but I kind of would want if we could maybe give a moment of silence in honor of the great Hulkamaniac.
For about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, he meant so much to me.
Rest in peace,
All right.
and Ozzy Osbourne and anyone else who died this week. We're sorry. We're sorry. Thank
Chuck
you,
Mangione
Fenrir.
also went.
Hey, thank you for being here, Fenrir. I appreciate
It's always a pleasure, Nick.
Jed.
Hope to see you more in the future, Jed. It's always good to talk to you, brother.
Jed, what do you got coming out in
Peace,
the next
boys.
few days? Or where are you going to be in the next few days?
Oh, yeah, well, later on in about 45 minutes, I'm going to be over there with my brethren on the Cotton Council on Snow Dove's channel that I do every Friday and Saturday night. And then tomorrow on my channel, there's going to be a review of Happy Gilmore too. So me and my sister and Kay are going to watch that tonight, and me and my sister Harley are going to do a review on it tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, you'll see me over on, Joe's channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we do the Wednesday show, and then Thursday's kind of free, and then go back to Friday, or, so I know. And then I'm over here with you on Sunday, Nick. So Saturday. So
Okay.
I'm back to doing my old routine again. So.
Oh, by the way, chat, once again, Tuesday night member stream. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the hell out of you. You are freaking awesome. You have yourselves a magical rest of your Saturday night. I hear Flashcast is going to be happening, but we're plugging our plugs on the way.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.